G'day, Eagle Eye here, how you going? Just going to do another quick video. This is 4702 experimental, which is pretty much the same as 48.00 stable, I believe. If you're new to the game, then I hope you get something out of this. This is a bit about crafting. What you should probably do first off, if you're feeling new, is go to your options and turn off the tutorial just here. Make sure it's off. That doesn't teach you much anyway. It just gives you on-screen prompts that you don't really need. So just make sure that's off when you start. You'll get rid of those annoying prompts to make things as you go along. So here we are. We're in my game. It's fairly early in the morning. It's only 8 o'clock. Hopefully we won't get any storms to bother us. As you see here, I've got a heap of stuff in front of me. We're on my test island, so we've got a lot of stuff already ready to craft with. On any map, I tend to have a little pile of rocks next to leather and lashings and sticks, etc., all ready to make stuff with. I sort of like put it all in an area where I can look at something and see everything at once. I tend to keep a pile of stone tools around, ready to go if I need them. So there are two ways of doing crafting. We have our quick craft and our full craft. So if you hold the C key down, it'll bring up your quick craft. If you keep holding it down, it'll stay there. If you just tap it once, the C key once, it'll bring up your crafting menu in full. So let's go there first. You always come to this one first in your building menu, and then here is all your tools, etc., that you might need. Then this one here is all your shelters and campfires and other stuff, and then we've got tables, chairs, hooks, setting bag, which is also a safe point, and then we have our traps for our birds and our bird snares and fish traps. Now if we go to consumables, here's where we have our coconut flask, our water skins, water bottles, our salves, bandages and splints. The splint's fairly new, so I haven't used that before. Story, which are the 3 missions. Farming, your 3 kinds of farming plots. Vehicles being your rafts, the tops for your rafts, propulsion for your raft, and steering, and anchor, and of course this is the gyro, which at the moment there are like mixed versions of this. I believe you get some parts when you do the missions, which are different than the parts that you get when you find them in boxes. And back to building, we have our bases, our floors and walls, etc. All different materials you can use depending on what's in your inventory. And then back to the main crafting menu, which is the one you're going to use the most. So if you hit C again, that'll take you out of your menu. So if we press the and hold the C key, you'll get your quick craft, which will basically look at what's in front of you and decide what you can make out of what's sitting in front of you. So if I hold it down now and keep holding it down, I can make these things here that it knows I can make out of these pieces of wood, or whatever it is. So you can obviously see I don't think it can see the rocks, they're too far away. Let's go a bit closer. Now I can see the rocks, but I can't see the wood. So you have to either put if I was to make, say, a knife, I probably have to drag one of these pieces of wood over here, drop it on the ground, and now press quick craft, and now I've got choices of both. Alright. So your most basic tool, of course, is your stone tool, which you can use that to cut down things with, but it takes a number of hits to cut things down. But when you first start a game, that will be your basic tool until you make an axe or something. I usually make an axe straight up, and it's usually a basic axe. So if we do that one there, we'll get a crude axe, and that's good for a fair amount of blows. Now I have one. The key thing about these is, as you use it, it wears away. But when it's right down, like at the moment, if we want to find out what that usage is, let's just say choose a torch. Now if I hold down my tab key, if I point to the actual item, it'll tell me how far worn it is. This is 22.8%, and this should be 100 because we've only just made it. So as the crude axe wears down, you can actually make it into a refined axe, and it will go back to 100%. So we don't need that right now. We're going to pump up the ground with the other one. Whoops, auto walk's turned on. So it's simple and easy. Hold down the C key for quick, and if it's not in there, move to somewhere else. It will change. And if you tap the C key once, it'll bring up your normal crafting menu. As I said, you need to have the stuff either in your view or in your hands. So let's say I want to make a knife. It looks like it can actually see that. See how these are grayed out, saying 0. So here 13. Well, you can see 13 lashings. You can see 21 wood sticks, and you can see 1 stone tall. So if we get a bit closer, and now you can see 14 stone talls, 7 sticks, and 13 lashings. So as you move around, it'll change what it can see. But if you hover over here, you'll be able to see. I said, if for some chance it's not in your view and you have got it, maybe you should put it in your hand, or I said drag it closer. Oops, I made a mess. Drag it a bit closer to the place that you need. Okay, so now we haven't got any cloth in our little pile here, so to make cloth you need to have a loom. So 6 and 4, as you can see there, you can see the 6 but I can't see the 4 lashings. I can see 2 of them, saying 2 or 4, and it's red. If I move to here, it'll now say 6 and 4. If you hover, you can see 12 and 38. So if we click on that, it'll now redline it, and we can go drag that somewhere. Let's just put it here by this pile of fibre sleeves, because now we can make some. Oops, hold down the C key, and it should choose cloth or lashings. So we can make one of those. It'll put it in our hand. Make a couple of those. You see these going down, and we'll put them over here in our pile of things we want to make. And want to make some more leather. We don't have a we need to have a drying thing. So hold this down, and we can go to tanning rack. You can see there, if you hover, it's got 9 of 14, or 9 of 4, sorry, and 30. So we've got enough to make that in front of us. See, if we move out the way, maybe turn this way, I can still see them. See 6 of them now. So depending on where you are, is what it's going to see. So we'll look down and we'll make a tanning rack. We'll put that over here as well. This can be rotated with the, as per usual, with the Q and E key. Oops, just there. So we'll just go grab a couple of these and stand in front of it. Hold down the C key for quick craft, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'll put them in the inventory. So if I want to make that into one of them, hold it in your hand or bring it over here and pop it on the ground. And you'll see if I hold down the C key, quick craft refined axe. So if we just tap our C key and go back to that refined axe, there it is there. So we need one leather. You can see 19 of those. You can see you can see 13 stone tools, and it can see one axe. So we just go click, and it'll put it in our hand, and there's a brand new one. And if you've got two of them in your hand, so it's got one there. If we pick that one up and then go back to here, you'll see that this is the one that's almost used. So if you've got two in your hand and you want to use the old one first, just cycle them like that. So that one there now in our inventory is 100% one. So the one in our hand is the one that is nearly buggered. So that's the nearly buggered one there. Hang on. This is the good one. So we'll pick this one up. And that's pretty well it for crafting, the basics. If you want to build a building, you'll need a hammer. There are two kinds of hammers. There's the crude hammer, which you can make, and I haven't marked these yet. And there's the refined hammer, which you can only find. Once they're worn out, of course, they'll just vanish. So if the hammer's already in your hand, and I come to here, say where I've got some clay bricks already made up, if I press the C button down now and hold it down, it'll come up with things I can make with the hammer. If the hammer is not being held, I'll go C. Hang on. Holding the C down now, there's nothing I can make, because I don't have the hammer in my hand. Put the hammer in my hand, hold down the C key now, it'll do things I can craft. So we'll do that there, and we can, well, I can't put it there because stuff's in the way. Well, you can put one there if you want to, and then of course you can hold down the left mouse button until our piece is built. Takes quite a few hits to build this, and of course it'll just magically appear as it changes through its cycles. Okay, now if we look at that, that's already down to 75%. That was a brand new hammer. So it's taken 25% of a hammer just to build that one piece. So let's pick up this one here. This is 100% too. Well, and we'll just do a quick comparison. Hold the C key down, brick foundation. We'll put one over here as well, and then there's a lot less of a cycle there. You can see. Okay, and that one's down to. That one took, say what, 6.5% to build that one, whereas that one took 25% just to build one piece. So you're going to go through a few hammers when you build, even with the refined hammers and the crude hammers. Okay, so that's the basics. Hammer. You'll need a hammer to build boats as well, and parts of the boats. You'll see how I build a boat in one of the other videos. But that's the basics. I said hold down the C key for quick craft. Let it go. Hold one quick tap of the C key for the full crafting menu, and then you can use your mouse to click through the different styles or the different types of buildings depending on what you're looking for under each category. So I hope that helped. It's getting a bit late in the day now. I have to go and feed my character and give him some water. Hope that was helpful, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.